Because what I wanted to get to for this particular song is the rhythm. So the rhythm, I like it because this is why I wanted to preface it with some limerick stuff. The one we did a few weeks ago. A man named Percival Lee got up one night for a pee. He left for the loo at 1:45 and then he got back. What I had you do was clapping the meter. So this time I want you to strum, but just damp the strings. I'll damp mine down. Instead of doing it with the limericks, I was going to do it with Hickory Dickory Dock, because that's like a limerick pattern as well. But limericks are in 3, so it's like Hickory Dickory Dock. Can you feel it? But we can put, it's easy. I've worked out a way of doing it in 4. So you go Hickory Dickory Dock. Do like a make like, can you make like a steam engine? Try this, like do a steam engine strum like this. Now, if you stop and count, that's in 4s. Hey, that was a bit like you started to get away from it. Then the station, we're leaving the station. Sorry, so it's not a race. Now, if you used to actually sit and count, you'd see that as 4. So it's like Hickory Dickory Dock. Do you see it? It feels weird. Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. I'm not going to run away. The clock struck 1. The mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. Now you might think, okay, what's this? But it's not so much. Do you notice how that subdivision, all the words land on beats? That isn't that you, because if you're playing against the meter, see polythene pan. You've got long gaps between the beats that you strum and there's lots of rhythm. There's lots of rhythmic stuff in the words. But if you want the rhythm of this song is dependent upon the rhythm of the words, because it's a limerick, and well, it's in 4s limerick as opposed to in 3. So just do that Hickory Dickory Dock again. So get the rhythm going. So like a train, and then it goes Hickory Dickory Dock. To make the words fit. Mouse ran up the clock. The clock went 1. Mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. I'll just illustrate it with that, and then I'll go to Polythene Pan. In order to make the words run right, and you can do this. Everybody, this is the kind of what I said about the limericks. Everybody's capable of doing it. Just when you go in like that, strumming on your guitar, for some reason the guitar short circuits your ability to vocalise the rhythm. So it's the key is the gap between the words is to get the 4s working like that. Hickory Dickory Dock. It's like two bars. There's two of those. Hickory Dickory 1 2. Mouse ran up the 1 2. It's like the beat at the end of a limerick line. You know, the man named Percival Lee. That you have to, but because you're marking you're marking the pulse, it happens to be 8 beats instead of it being a 1 clap. But you have to. There's no time to count it. You've got to feel it. But if we just take Hickory Dickory Dock and put the lyrics onto Polythene Pan, then we work out the rhythmic nature. So let's just do, you can sing along in your head now if you want, or and I'll just do the rhythm, not the chords. So it's a bit slower so you can feel it. So it goes. Get the rhythm by hitting that's the accent, and then just pulsing. Well, you should see Polythene Pan, so good looking, looks like a man. See her in drag, polythene bag, see Polythene Pan. Then just do the metric rhythm. Let's just look at the lyrics, singing the lyrics. See Polythene Pan. Looking, but she looks like a man. You can see her in drag, polythene bag. You should see Polythene Pan. Now we raise the tempo slightly, but that's see Polythene Pan. She's got good looking, but she looks. There's where all the chord changes for, with a few extra ones for spaces. Yeah, is everybody with me on that? Yeah. So mark that again. So now the rhythm of the words is still there, but it's sort of like connecting up the metric pulse. So just do a couple of those. So tick tock tock You should see Polythene Pam. Now that's so like a limerick. It's like make sure you get the three pulses, and then make sure that spacer, you acknowledge the spacer. Go again. Tick tock tock. You should see Polythene Pam. Not strum, just damp off. Yeah. So tick tock tock. You should see Polythene Pam. So good looking, but she looks like a man. Just see her in drag, polythene bag. See Polythene Pam, gap. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's no gap. There's always a gap at the end of see Polythene Pam. Look at me, she looks like a man. And then see and drag polythene bag, no gap, and then see Polythene Pam, gap. Now this is stating the bleeding obvious, but let's slow it right down now and see, and let's just do it once at about this speed. So you can feel, you can separate the pulse, like keep it slow. So it goes. I'm not going to do I'm not going to do like a Freddie Starr. I saw that on YouTube this week. But it's like you're speeding up. Try and keep it so. But watch this now. Well, you should see. Now that's your first one. I'm not going to take you through the entire song at this detail. But the first thing is it. Is the syllable? Oh, you can work this out for yourself. What is the first syllable? Well, you should see Polythene Pam. Is there an upstroke or a downstroke? Up. Ah, you're ahead of me. You were working on it. So do you want to check that? Check that. So you start going, and it goes. Well, you should see. And why do you have to put it on and up?
So let's see. It's on a down.
The words. Oh God. You sure you want? Do you want to take this class? Okay, so let's go again. So tick tock. Well, you should see Polythene Pam. She's so good look. Same again. She's so good. She's so good. She's so good looking, but she looks like a man. Now the man's a weird one because it doesn't land properly, but that's part of the syncopation. Let's keep going. So tick tock. So get that going first. A bit slower. We'll just go to the lyric. So it goes tick tock. Well, you should see Polythene E. She's so good D, but she ain't like an E. Well, you should G her in drag and B7 in back. Yes, you should C D E. C D E. Right? Now the trick is, that's kind of what's going on in your head. What happens is you've got to know the chord sequence, right? To some degree. The more you play, you might have to call this. But at this stage, if your fingers were smooth, I say most of you probably can make the changes, but you've probably got to call the chords. But when you call a chord like C, D, E, your fingers just do it. If they don't do it, then it's a problem. Then you have to work on it. But while you're calling it, your hand's just doing that. Just totally separate. There's no difference to going and going. Just doing that. You've just got to get used to just motoring it and getting the rhythm right, and just making your changes, thinking about when the changes come, but trusting that you're going to keep time with that. So let's try it. Let's just go. Let's go. And we'll slow it down, but we'll strum the chords this time. There's not much difference in doing that, but it's just a little bit more. We'll just add. Can you see how we add a little bit more complexity, and it builds and suddenly it breaks down? But let's see if we get so he goes. So the intro is two of them. The difference between the intro. Let me just show you, because like you've got that, and then you go straight into the rhythms, just so you know what's coming up. So he goes. So what we'll do is we'll do it as an exercise. Well, because we'll get to that in a minute. But what I want you to do is this. I want you to go. And then what I want you to do is I want you to it's going to sound horrible, but I'm going to tick tock tock you. I'm going to go tick tock tock tock, and then I'm going to go tick tock tock tock. And then go. And so can you see? I just want you to get used to that. Now you need time to get. I mean, we could try it. We can move out, leave the dissonant bit out. But you've got to go from damping. I'll tell you what. What we'll do is I'll change straight to the D because I can do it. We'll get that going in the right hand. Then I'll start going D, A, E. But what you do is stay on that, and it's like trying to jump onto a very fast merry-go-round. You pick your spot and then you jump on for your own D. But when you're ready, because most of it, all you're trying to train yourself to do is keep that going in time, and then forget it and just focus on the changes and keep the time. Hopefully your body will keep the time. So ready? So we don't need to slow it down, but you got to get that sound. You copy. That's right. So, and I'll start, and then you can just come with it. We'll just stay on D, A, E. Okay. Forget your right hand. Now if you keep playing that, the record does something slightly different. It does this. Can you see? Oh, it's okay. Okay, now the thing with that is, how did that feel, by the way? Yeah, no. Did you feel like you separate your left and your hand and your right hand? Just forget the right hand, and if you play along to the record, it'll keep you in time. That's the key, because what you can learn from that is that most of you probably still the right hand triggers the chord change. I don't know if you think about just generally how you play, but when you make that chord, the right hand pushes the left hand into the change. But there you just got to. But there is still a pulse. It's still the change. If you that accent da 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 those da 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 that triggers the change. That hand still can kind of do it, but this might be pushing it a little bit far. But the rhythm is like this. It's Polythene Pam. That's on the down. See Polythene Pam. See Polythene Pam. See Polythene Pam. See Polythene Pam. It goes, see Polythene Pam. Just try spelling it. Be spelling in rhythm, slightly in rhythm, but it goes, so you go, see Polythene Pam. And you really have to teach yourself to do that. So it goes, see, and don't try and continue the rhythm at this stage. So you go, see right. All of the point is that your language. Did you see Polythene Pam? Did you see Polythene Pam? Do you see what I mean? It's the accent changes from the down to the up. So the first two downs have got to be down, otherwise it'll screw with you up. So it goes like this. It goes. Spell it out. It goes. See Polythene Pam. And again, tick, tock, tock. Did you see Polythene Pam? 2, 3, 4. See Polythene Pam. 2, 3, 4. See Polythene Pam. 2, 3, 4. See Polythene Pam. 2, 3, 4. C, polythene pan. Now we'll try keeping it going after the pan. C, polythene pan. Keep it going, so it goes C, polythene pan. C, polythene pan. Now, what it does is it goes like this. So it goes, did you see polythene pan? So good looking, but she looks like a man. So it's like up, down, down. That's like it's like somebody playing a lead, a fill at the end of the line. It's a rhythm fill. So it goes. That's it. Hey, that's pretty slick. If you don't mind me saying. So,
I don't mind, carry on.
Let's go. So ready. So tick, tock, tock, tock. See, polythene pan. Still good looking, but she looks like a man. Did you see polythene pan? So good looking, but she looks like a man. Did you see polythene pan? She's so good looking, but she looks like a man. Now, just. That's the process of if you want to do it at home. Is what you're trying to do is sing the rhythm. You're trying to move your hand to the words, and there's lots of nuances and details that you'll come across or that you'll find interesting. But so I say when I'll just do it quickly so you can see. It's like, did you? So it's. Did you see polythene? Can you see the polythene pan? She's so good looking. When you go that bum, it goes pam, da bum, bum. She's so good. That's where I get back onto the straight pulse. So it goes bam, ba bam, bam. She's so good looking, but she looks like a man. Ba bam, bam. Did you see? Did you know you can drop the odd one out like that if you make a mistake? You go da bam, bam. Did you see? Polythene pan. You might just drop 1 or 2 beats, but you can soon pick it back up. So what I'm trying to say is if anything drops out or you might just catch the top, because you're strumming, you might just catch one string and it sounds like you've missed a strum. But don't ever stop that up-down movement of your arm. It's like you change the emphasis to get, you change the accents. That up on, did you know, it really goes, see, polythene pan. That up is still there when we go, see, polythene pan. If I put the accents on the down and make it all uniform, the previous up is still there, it's just not been accented. All I'm doing to change the rhythm is accenting the up rhythm that's already there. Your hand never stops doing that, as you know. But it's just sometimes that can escape your attention, because that's the main thing, keep your hand going. Let's go. And when you go to the other chords, what we'll do is we'll stop singing, we'll just go to the chords. And you don't change your hand, just keep it up and down, and you'll get fairly close. So tick, tock. We'll do the intro as well. Now, there's an interesting thing that happens there, is that when you go to the G and the B7, it's almost like a generic strum. See, it changes rhythm. The hand doesn't still stays up and down, but it's more consistent. It's more not consistent. What's the word? Regular. So it goes. Can you still, if I play the rhythm fast, can you still hear what we're listening for? So. Is that the rhythm on the right hand is the same on the C, D, E as the D, A, E. Because the tune's the same, the rhythm is the same. Ding, 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 ding. Do you see? And can you hear now the rhythm is ding, 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 ding. Does that make sense? Well, let's do that then. Let's just sing it at that speed. Get your hand going. Just damped off. And then sing dicka 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 da ding da ding ding dicka 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 da ding da ding ding Decka 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 ding ding ding. Decka 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 ding ding ding. When you're singing that rhythm, you're trying to emulate the rhythm of that vocalization with the up and down strokes of your hand. So up and downs and accents, that's all you've got. Let's put the lyrics on it, but just damp it. So we go. And remember the well you should is. Let's do it fast, because your hand, as long as you can go, as long as you can keep that going. Right? Now, well, you should see Polythene Pam. So good looking, but she looks like a man. Now you see her in drag, Polythene bag. See Polythene Pam. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dum dum. Do you see how much the right hand is just completely controlled by the vocal, the rhythm of the vocal? So see, let's just do this slow so you can see. If you go, now it's see her in drag, see her in drag. So it goes, see her in drag. What we try and do is talk through our hand. So it's like this. So it goes, the drag is on the up. So it goes, see her in drag. And again, see her in drag. See her in drag. See her in drag. A couple more. See her in drag. The see has got to be on the down. See her in drag. See her in drag. And Polythene bag. Polythene bag. See her in drag. Polythene bag. You understand about saying the words? If you say the words and learn to move your hands to them, until your hand just. We know saying about moving your right hand, your left hand, until those chords it finds them without thinking. Well, as you sing the words, your right hand should be just make your guitar talk. Polythene bag. If I say the word and then play it without the word, can you still hear the word? So we go. See her in drag. Polythene bag. And you do the same. You don't even have to strum the chord, but you just this right hand training. And then with the chord, see her in drag. Polythene bag. See her in drag. Polythene bag. You've got to be able to find the chord. And this right hand, and you can say, this hand's going, give me a chance with that speed. This hand's, I don't care. You do your job, I'll do mine. It's not cooperation of hands. So you have to stop the brains there to stop your hands from fighting each other. Oh, what do you mean? So, ready? So let's now just do that Syrian drag Polythene bag. Let's try it on the chords. Start it slow and build it up fast. Just in case I forget to say, my soul will sink into the darkest pits of hell if you come back next week and can't do any of this. I don't expect to be able to do all of it, but I just hope some of it will stick. So that's my fervent prayer. So ready? So see her in drag, Polythene bag. So tick tock, G to B7. Tick tock tock tock. See her in drag. No, let's just do see her in drag on G about 4 or 5 times. Tick tock tock tock. See her in drag. Amen. See her in drag. See her in drag. Boom. See her in drag. Boom. See her in drag. Boom. See her in drag. See her in drag. Okay. Polythene bag. Change to B7. So it goes. Polythene bag. Polythene bag. Polythene bag. See, it doesn't matter what chord you strum, because you're trying your right hand. I mean, eventually you'll put the chords in. So now you might be saying, well, because it doesn't say, well, if you see her in drag, Polythene bag, well, if you see her in drag dressed in a polythene bag, but there's no accents in the dressed in her. So you still keep your hand going. So it's like, see her in drag dressed in a polythene bag, well, you should see. We could try that. Let's just do it on the G chord. Let's just do it on the G chord. So, because what you want to do here is treat it like this. You go, see her in drag, da da da, polythene bag, da da da, see her in drag, da da da, polythene bag, da da da, see her in drag, da da da, polythene bag, da da da, see her in drag. Remember while you're doing that, just say the word see her in drag, polythene bag, and move and vocalise it with your pick. But part of your brain's got to be going, don't stop that for God's sake. Just keep going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Because what happens is, and I applaud some of you are putting some nice expression into what you're playing. But what happens is, this is what happens. See you in drag, and you're there. There's not time to pick it up, and you're not quite comfortable at picking up the rhythm again, which you'll do. So it's like a case of just get back onto the up downs as soon as drag, as soon as possible, just to keep the continuity. Yes, so see you in drag on just on G a few more times, with connecting up. So tick tock tock tock. See you in drag. I'll do both lines on G. So. See her in drag, dressed in a polythene bag. She said, see her in drag, dressed in a polythene bag. See her in drag, dressed in a polythene bag. She should see her in drag, dressed in a polythene bag. So the other thing that maybe I didn't emphasise that enough, but there's also the word see. So it's see. Listen to what I'm playing. So it's see drag, see drag. But let me just do that again, and I'll do. But what I want you to watch is that. See if you can still perceive that all the way through. So. It's like all rhythms are like an illusion, because if you're maintaining that ground, that pulse as a ground, and you add accents on top of it, it sounds like you're doing two things at the same time. Which, as players, you have to kind of be able to process that out, whereas it impresses people when you play it with them like that. So, see you in drag, see you in drag, just in a polythene bag. That's that. Can you see the continuity of the up down? So let's go. They're just on G. So emphasise the C and drag. So and polythene bag. So tick tock tock tock. See you in drag, just in a polythene bag. See you in drag, just in a polythene bag. Okay, we're just trying to cram the last little bit in, and then just this we'll do with the chords, which is C polythene pound. He doesn't go C polythene pound, or he might do. I'm not sure. He might go on C on the down. Those tiny variations, you eat them up for breakfast once you get comfortable with it. You don't have that problem. The slight variations, just have to do it a few hundred times. Can you see the way that we've pieced it together though? Quite fast, but pieced it together from the chunks and all the different layers and the things that have got to work together. So we'll just try and take it through once. So tick, tock, tock, tock. So good looking, but she looks like a man. Now you should see her in drag, just in a polythene bag. You should see polythene bag. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get a dose